Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham, and today's show is sponsored by a new sponsor, ButcherBox. High-quality meat and seafood that can be delivered right to your doorstep at ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily. We'll tell you a little bit more about them later on and why you should order some meat from them today. ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily to get started. On today's show, we got some news and rumors to hit you with surrounding the Kansas City Chiefs. It is game week. Football is back. Some injury updates. We'll start there as Blake Bell is heading to IR. Andy Reid announced that sometime this week they will officially place him on injured reserve. We'll go ahead and kind of list him on IR, even though technically that transaction has not taken place. So Travis Kelce, Jody Fortson, Noah Gray will be the three tight ends for now. This obviously will free up a roster spot. Now, the reports heading into cutdown day was that linebacker Elijah Lee will be activated from the practice squad to be that 53-man. We'll see if that ends up being the case here, but as expected, Blake Bell is going to go to injured reserve, which means he'll miss at least the first 4 weeks of the regular season. Other injury updates from Andy Reid. Pretty much that everybody's healthy. All these guys returned to practice. Valdes-Scantling had a concussion. He's good. He's ready to go. JuJu Smith-Schuster has been dealing with a sore knee. He is back at practice. Frank Clark has been sick. He returned today. Malik Herring had a oblique issue. He has returned. Leo Chenal also had concussion-like symptoms. He is back. And then Deion Bush, who had an undisclosed injury, is back in the fold as well. Andy Reid, per his words, that he uses this phrase all the time, everybody's ready to roll outside of course, Blake Bell, who is going to IR. So that's good. Chiefs healthy, good to go for the season opener against the Arizona Cardinals. And this is the time of the year when most people are healthy. And obviously, injuries will pop up throughout the season, but good to see that this roster is ready to rock and roll. Predict the score of the season opener, Chiefs-Cardinals, as Kansas City heads over to Arizona to face the Cardinals in Week 1. This will be the pinned comment on today's video, so if you get hit with that YouTube ad break, get that score prediction in and let us know which team is winning, by the way. Don't just say a score. Be like Chiefs 28-24, for example. Let us know down in the comments. All right, Josh Gordon, who obviously signed with the Titans practice squad, kind of explained his reasoning today of why he landed in Tennessee, because Andy Reid did mention, hey, he could end up back here on our practice squad, and reportedly the Chiefs wanted him back, reportedly, according to Josh Gordon, but he chose the Titans because he felt like it was a better opportunity, and quite frankly, I don't blame him, and I think he's right, because what did we talk about all preseason? Josh Gordon here in Kansas City was what? Wide receiver like 7 at best. He was behind the 5 that made the 53-man roster. He was behind Darius Fountain. He was arguably behind Cornell Powell as well, as those two guys are on the practice squad. Now, obviously, the Chiefs had some interest in bringing him back to the practice squad. Andy Reid said so. Gordon said so. But at best, he was wide receiver 7 here. He was not going to play here. And when you think about Tennessee, they have Robert Woods as their number 1. He's coming off ACL injury. Treylon Burks, the rookie out of Arkansas. After that wide receiver group is not great. I think there's an opportunity for Josh Gordon in Tennessee, if he gets up to speed, to be activated to their 53-man roster. So I don't blame him for this. In fact, I think it's a good move, quite frankly. I think the Chiefs, gave him every opportunity. They love how he competed and how he behaved. At the end of the day, he just got beat out by better players. But in Tennessee, he might get a chance to play. So excited for him. Wish him the best, because he was nothing but a good sport during his year or so here in Kansas City. Now, are you sad that Josh Gordon is gone? Let me know down in the comments. Type Y for yes, type N for no. I wouldn't say I'm sad. I'm bummed it didn't work out, because the talent is there. Now, I don't know how much talent's left at this point in his career. Wouldn't say I'm sad. In fact, I'm happy that he's getting a chance in Tennessee, and hopefully he gets a chance to play. Y for yes and for no. Are you bummed out that Josh Gordon is gone? Today's show is sponsored by ButcherBox, and you guys can get meat delivered to your doorstep by going to ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily. Let me just tell you guys a little bit about them, a little bit more about them, and some of the benefits. I should say high quality meat and seafood. And what I mean here is this is not meat that they're plugging hormones and antibiotics into their meat. You get some of that garbage meat lower quality end if you go to your standard grocery store. Not with ButcherBox. 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork raised crate free, and wild-caught seafood. This is high-quality stuff. That way, you don't have to worry about the ingredients that are going into your meat when you throw this on the grill or on the skillet or whatever the case may be. Very convenient. They're going to deliver this right to your doorstep for free if you are in the continental U.S. No shipping payment. It's going to be free shipping on this as well. And what's awesome about ButcherBox is when you sign up today at ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily, for the first year on every single order with them, you're going to get 2 pounds of free-range organic chicken breasts for free in every order when you sign up at ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily and use that code NFL Daily. Get that deal today, ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily, code NFL Daily. When you go to the grocery store, don't need to get chicken breasts anymore because every time you order with ButcherBox, you're going to get 2 pounds of chicken breasts for free for the first year with them. It's a hell of a deal. ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily. That link is in the comments and in the description, as is code NFL Daily. Got to plug in the promo code to get going with ButcherBox today. I used their meats, threw some chicken on the grill over the weekend. It was fantastic. Get that free chicken when you order ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily. All right, let's keep it going here on the Chiefs Report. Running back by committee. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what it's been for a few years, right? And Andy Reid commented on that today, says that every running back that's active will touch the football. Here's the kind of the larger quote from Big Red. He said, "We'll see how it goes for who's up and who's down," talking about who's active on game day. "Some of it depends on special teams and play there, but if they're all up, they'll have an opportunity to touch the football. If they're not, then whoever's up, there'll definitely be 3 of them up, at least 3 out of the 4. They'll touch the football." Obviously, he's referring to the fact that the Chiefs did keep 4 running backs and a fullback, so there's definitely a fairly likely scenario that only 3 of the 4 backs are active on game day. I would lean Ronald Jones not being active, at least here in week 1, because he had to fight in the final preseason game to make this roster, but we shouldn't be surprised that they're going to go by committee here. This is how it's looked in Kansas City since Kareem Hunt left. They don't have a true lead back, and that's okay. You don't need that workhorse in this system. Plug in 2 or 3 guys, rotate, ride the hot hand when a hot hand emerges, and go from there. We saw it in the playoffs. Jarrett McKinnon became the hot hand. He got the bulk of the carries. At times in the season, it's been Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Last year, Darrell Williams at times was the lead back. I expect more of the same this year with this group of backs. It's going to be a rotation. Hot hand will get more carries, and then they'll go from there. It'll be week to week. It'll change probably more often than not. Now, who do you think should be RB1, at least at first? Who should get the first crack at it? Type CEH for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, type JM for Jerick McKinnon, type IP for Isaiah Pacheco, or type RJ for Ronald Jones. I could see really any of these guys being RB1 outside of Ronald Jones, at least at first. Let me know who you're riding with early on this season. Subscribe to the channel because we're bringing you Chiefs news, rumors, and updates all season long. We'll have more injury alerts leading up to week 1 if any emerge. Hopefully the Chiefs stay healthy this week before that big week 1 matchup. But we're not going anywhere. We're going to be here all season. Normally we're live on Mondays, but a couple of producers got sick, so we had to move some things around. But still bringing a video for you guys. Subscribe. We will continue to bring you the latest and greatest Chiefs news and rumors. So hit that big red button. Let's continue to grow this channel. All right, a little rumor to end today's show. Could the Chiefs sign linebacker Blake Martinez? Bleacher Report mentioned the Chiefs as a potential team that could go sign the free agent linebacker. The Giants cut him just last week, a couple days after roster cutdown day. Now, Blake Martinez has been productive throughout his career. Now, last year, only played in 3 games, did tear that ACL, but you're seeing the 3 years before that, and really 4 years before 2017, I think, had 140-plus tackles. Tackling machine. Not the best in coverage, more of a downhill guy, and you kind of see that with the sacks, 3 sacks in 19 and 20, and then 5 sacks in 2018. And obviously, Chiefs only have 4 linebackers on the depth chart right now. Again, Elijah Lee could get called up. We'll see on that front. But here's the thing. Martinez, I think, could probably find a better opportunity elsewhere because at best, he's going to be a linebacker 3 here. Willie Gay Jr., Nick Bolton, they're going to be ahead of him. That's just the fact of the situation. Now, you could argue he's a better player right now than a Leo Chenal or an Elijah Lee if he gets called up. Darius Harris, more of your special teams guy who can rotate in. But if I'm Blake Martinez, I'm probably looking for a different opportunity because, again, at best he's an LB3, and he's not really a Sam linebacker, so he wouldn't start for this team, at least not at first. Sure, I would take him for depth. He's a good football player, but coming off the ACL, he's more of a, middle linebacker type anyway. I don't think he's going to see the field much there with Nick Bolton. So we'll see what happens. I was a little surprised Bleacher Report linked him to Kansas City, but certainly one of the top free agents left now that he has been cut by the Giants. What do you guys think? Maybe you disagree. I don't think signing Martinez really makes sense for either side, but if you think so, type S for sign. Should the Chiefs sign the veteran linebacker Blake Martinez? S for sign, P for pass. I'm good on Martinez, but if you guys are interested, go ahead and let your voices be heard in the comments. All right, little piece of news, and then we'll sign off here. This one just coming in from Aaron Wilson. Chiefs are signing former Cardinals safety James Wiggins to the practice squad per a league source. Decent prospect coming out a few years ago out of Cincinnati. Had an injury, so he's kind of bounced around a little bit, but adding a defensive back to this practice squad. Tom Downey, who kind of does deep dives into the NFL draft each year for us here at Chat Sports, liked him coming out, so we will see if he is able to add anything to the table. All right, that's going to do it for today's Chiefs Report. Remember to get started with ButcherBox, high-quality meat. You're not going to want to miss out on the opportunity. ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily. Again, that link and the promo code NFL Daily is in the description. We'll see you guys next time here on the Chiefs Report.